Okay, so that's the way you needed to play around. How many brokers you are associated with? Like I have like more than 7 at this juncture actually. But most of my accounts, mostly I trade with TradeSmart. Some of my accounts with like a couple of them with Zerodha, and then like one with Ventura, one with ICICI Direct, one with Axis Securities, one with Kotak. Kotak, I use it purely for my long-term investments. For your information, I have completely liquidated all my positions with like a long-term in Kotak in 2015 Jan. I was just staying neutral after that. Nothing. All my positions for long term, I made around like I had an investment of like 75 lakhs of. I made it around like 1.2 crores and exited and keeping 1.2 crores as like an what to say a liquid. I will enter only after 2 years. I'm not going to buy anything till 2021. Nothing. Zero.
So the
And
reason
at
you are
this
not
juncture,
investing now is PE level is very high, right?
Yeah, PE level is very high and I'm not comfortable actually. Guys, whenever you are getting more calls from your banks and mutual fund managers to invest, this is the ideal time to invest. That is your ideal time to exit and wait out. That's the way it is.
because they are not getting enough funds, so they want
Exactly.
you to invest.
Exactly. Exactly. So you needed to be aware of that. So whenever we visit the bank, guys, come on, pump your funds. Like a market is going to go. This is the lowest level which you will ever get. Don't ever believe them. These guys have some target and these guys are not going to get you anything. Yes, that is the plan, Prasad. Like once we have more than 100 accounts in TradeSmart, I'm just negotiating to get to 10 rupees. Even if it is not 10, I'm trying to get it for 12 rupees at least. So that at least 40 to 50% brokerage can be reduced in case if you guys have been using Zerodha. I'll try to do.
I opened the account with your link, and I'm feeling the difference between the brokerages what IFL used to charge me and TradeSmart is now charging. There's a huge difference.
And what about the Nest application? Like Zerodha used to not allow you to buy, right? This one doesn't. This one you can buy it like any scripts anywhere because Zerodha like shows you like blocked or this is out of range or whatever it is. But TradeSmart doesn't do that. Have you experienced that?
Zerodha I have never used, but IFL I have been using for like 8-9 years now.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
What do you see the difference between IIFL and TradeSmart?
I think the brokerages charge. Apart from that, the application is also good.
Okay. Good.
Most of the time I'm using because I'm on the go. I'm in office, so I'm using Sign application.
Yeah. How's Sign actually? By the way,
Sign
because
is
people.
good. Sign is good. It's great. The only problem is which I shared with them also and gave the feedback that our positions they just show the last closed price instead of the average buying price. They are showing the last closed price. So there's sometimes confusion because of that. Okay,
Okay.
what is my buying average? So then you
Okay.
have to go to another link and then you can find your buying average. So I
Got
just
it.
shared the feedback. They said that they'll get back to it and their support team will function. Their support is
Okay.
also good. They are available on WhatsApp also.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. That's a very good thing about TradeSmart. These guys have a good support team actually because that is very important. Sometimes if you're reaching out for like Trade Plus and Zerodha, these guys won't even respond or like when we wanted to square off our positions over the call, we will never be able to get through.
yeah. Somehow I had to chat with two of their executives, and they were all cordial, and they resolved the problem.
Yeah. That's the difference which I also felt actually with these. But I've been trading with them for 8, 9 years, guys. Like I opened the account, I got like unlimited brokerage at that time, 2,200. Still the same brokerage plan. For 2,200, I can trade n number of quantities. So no limitations at all. So now currently, like we have close to 55 people who have like processed applications, but only like 20 have opened the account and started trading. So once we have that number, 100 people started trading, that will be like really good for us so that we'll be able to get the brokerage plan.
I'll open one.
Perfect, Anifta.
Do
And
you
good thing is, I think account charges are waived for this month. Yeah, if I'm not
okay.
wrong.
Yes, the first month charges are waived.
Yeah, that's right.
Sure. Do you trade in commodities also once in a way or no?
No. Earlier, I used to trade in crude, but I stopped everything after 2015 because what happened is once you started focusing on too many things, you lose the focus on the main ingredient. So my main ingredient is like Bank Nifty, and 90% of my trades will be in Bank Nifty. Only 10% of my trades will be in Nifty options, and that will once the weekly options came into picture. But once you focus on a particular area, you will master that no matter what if you spend some time over there. Guys, there will be a time if you guys are being like honest to the market and honest to your like effort on the market, there will be a time where you will see the screen and you will be able to predict what is going to happen today. That's what I did in the morning. I was able to predict that even at a fall, there is going to be a bounce back. Let me go and buy and wait. Like, how many of you would have panicked in the first trade? Like, when you guys saw that, like a loss of like 7 or 8K, it went to like 7K loss. But did we panic? No. I
Yes,
just
but
waited.
when I was looking at your screen, I thought, okay, this trade may go wrong, or is it
I
going
would
wrong?
have exited when it was like loss, literally.
Yeah, like that's the way it is actually. Most of the time, that's where like you guys have to have your gut feeling going along with that. And yes, sometimes it may go wrong. It's not necessary that always all your trades will go right. But I was clear in my mind from the beginning. Okay, I'm ready to take a loss up to like 10 or 20K on this trade if my trade goes long. Guys, otherwise my quantities would have been pretty huge. Look at this. With like 440 volume, we were able to get almost 25K within like matter of, look at the trade timings also, like within matter of like few minutes. When did we start this purchase? Actually, we bought it at like one sec. All my trade is over between 9:15 and 9:18. We started buying at 9:15 and we exited at 9:18 with like almost 25K profit. That's it. This is how the opening trade need to be done. Or whatever it is, first 5 minutes you have to enter, exit, keep it away. That's it. Done. But like if like my gut would have been more stronger today, I would have definitely gone like pretty aggressive, guys. I can tell you that.
So will you pyramiding once the trade is going on your favor, or how?
Like to an extent, but today was like a confusing day, right? That's the reason I couldn't do the pyramiding on the top today. If it would have been going in my favor, and if I know that is going to be the trend, if I would have got that conviction, I would have definitely like added some more position. But it moved way too fast, right? Like from 200 to 250 within like 2 minutes. Will you be able to take any positions? No. Whatever the positions which we had, we were like happy, and then like since it was good, giving good returns. Now my concern would be how to improve my stop loss and going along with the trend. That's what I was trying to do.
Okay, so once if you see the clear long build up happens, and then you should have increase your pyramiding, right?
Exactly. Look at this. If this candle would have been here, stopped here, and then another candle starts, that would have been. This is like one large candle, 200 points in one candle. It is very difficult to catch. Okay, since we have bought some positions in this candle, we were able to catch this ride up to like this level, but we couldn't catch the entire ride.
Okay.
Candle also, even though I see that wick, but considering the RSI and a whole lot of other parameters they are favoring, I could have taken the trade in the second
Mhm.
also.
Yeah. Yes, if there would have been another candle, yes, we would have definitely taken another trade here. But look at this. This red candle was not giving me that confidence.
Confidence. Okay.
But followed by that, there was some buying volume which came. And good thing is, even if you would have taken a trade at this level, stop loss is still not triggered. Look at this. The VWAP, if you have considered VWAP as your stop loss, still it has not been triggered.
Hmm.
It is still staying above that level.
Oh,
But
Nifty
individual scripts, it would not be the case. Look at this now. Imagine like 29. This one is 29.
has fallen below the VWAP. It's falling faster than Bank Nifty.
Yeah. The reason is there is no buying strength at all. Look at this, almost 40-point drop actually. Guys, that is the reason why I was tracking the ICICI Direct to see whether there is any strength left. But unfortunately, there was no buying, which was only short covering. And moreover, I pointed out one thing. There was the discount, which was like premium on the Bank Nifty future. So that was also not giving me that confidence. Now look at the spot. It is like 161 now. 154 now. So
Siva, can we go short if it breaks VWAP?
I would not do that unless and until there is like a two large red candles. Say, for example, one candle goes and breaks this range, comes here, and then the follow-up candle comes here. Then yes, we can go for a short. But if there is only one candle, that will be like a false breakout. I'll show you one example what happened the other day. People were like looking for that false breakout and other things. One second. So either on the long side or short side, look out for this. There will be like few false breakout which will happen, especially on these days. Look at this. There was a false breakout. One large candle went above, and then look at the next candle, and then the selling started aggressively. So people who would have went long, their stop loss would have got triggered if their VWAP would have been like a VWAP would have been at their stop loss. And next thing is, if someone is thinking that no, there will be like an additional go, these guys would be losing much bigger. So always, it is very important. You have a follow-up candle, follow-up volume candle also.
Yeah, this breakout also, it have volume is also good. That false breakout one.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Guys, another thing people have been asking me, like how you do it on expiry trades. Okay, there were like two examples which I did last week and the previous week. Okay, so I just captured that here. I'll just show you that. You guys will get a glimpse of that, how I did that trade. This was all pure retracement trade which I did. What I did here, the Bank Nifty was like falling continuously. Okay, and on this particular day, we went long at around 100 levels, 130 levels, and we captured around like 50 points. We couldn't capture the entire rally, but we were able to capture like till 170 levels, 180 levels, sorry. Okay, so how did we go for this trade? I was looking at the previous day data for almost a week. This is like a historical data which I was looking at. And I was able to see this is on a weekly option Bank Nifty on 3600. Okay, so look at this. There was some considerable volume which was building up, but what happened here is the prices were not able to scale up beyond that 150 range. Once it reaches that 150 mark, there is a selling coming in. That day's high is 299. But look at the next day, it is a high at 236. But the closing was at like 155, 178. For 3 consecutive days, if the price is close in the same range and if the volume is coming down, that is not a good sign to maintain long on this one. So what if we did? As an expiry trade, we went long on this one. We were sure that it is going to close above the 3,500 mark, and we went long on the 3,500 call. We didn't go on 3,600. We went on long on 3,500, which is in the money. So we went at like 135 when it came to like 120 days low, and we were able to get up to like 180 levels. But beyond that, it went to like 285 because you will have zigzag movement on the day. But that's fine. We were able to catch almost like 50 points, and we were able to get like 2 lakh profit on that trade. Similarly, last week, I gave this call to the webinar participants actually. So we were able to get this call last week. So we did that. Look at this, like a couple of weeks back actually, yes. So once it came to like 30 levels, I told them to hedge along with this one. Okay, hedge both. We will be one side, we will be getting 100. So the edge value was 50. This side it was trading at 20. This side it was trading at 30. So this was also a similar trade based on that. So the open interest buildup was there, but when the prices is coming down, when the open interest buildup is going higher, as I told you, it is a clear sign of a sell signal. So we were expecting it, but unfortunately, what happened is I was looking at this data. In spite of the volume going up, the price going up, the volume is coming down. So that is a bearish signal for this. So I was expecting this to go down. And that's a reason where I went for hedge, because I wanted to protect both sides. Because this is price is coming down, still the volume is OI is building up. Here, the price is going up, the OI is coming down. So wanted to do a hedge trade. Here we did it like 30 plus 20, and our people got an exit at like 110, 120. It went up to like 180 on that day. So still, we were able to get double our investments on that day. Someone would have got it both at like 50 rupees. He made it like 112, like almost 60 rupees profit actually. So this is another trade which we did on that day. But I went naked here with like 400 quantities at 30. I squared off at like 100. So these are like 2 or 3 examples. Like as and when nowadays I started taking examples because like some of the examples I thought like it will be useful for you guys for the webinar to do that. Yes.
Siva bro, I have one question. So now you are trading in the money, right? So on the expiry day, so do you face the STT issues or?
No. As long as you're closing all your positions by like 3:30, you will not have any STT issues. Why you have STT issues? No.
Oh, if you're not closing only, we will have the STT charges.
Exactly. And that also been changed in the like a budget now. But look at this, guys. Now it is trading below the VWAP. Let's watch out for that now. But as I said, yes, if you're not closing your long positions, then you will have a problem. And that too, like if you're having like say for example normal charges, you will be paying like 30 rupees. If you're paying only like 1 or 2 rupees on the expiry day, if you don't close it, you will pay 30 rupees per like a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
So be careful on that. So as I told you, it will take a little bit of support at the VWAP because the large candle volume is not coming through. Okay, and look at the Nifty, guys. Wow, it is 39 points from 80 points. Wow, it's falling like a pack of cards now. That's not a good sign. Let's see the put how it is behaving now. It is slowly scaling up, but not to the extent of fall. Okay, but the OI buildup is still there. 29,100. Okay, this is like, look at this. It is trading below the VWAP level now. 29,200. Look at this. But the OI buildup is still there, guys. I needed to watch out for this OI buildup. I'm just like watching that. So that is also an important sign. Now it is falling like pretty fast now. So this is not a good sign. Bank Nifty is falling. Because there was no buying which happened, guys. That's the main reason. That is what I was just worried about. If it would have been a trend day, the buying should have been happening, which was not happening. And these guys are literally feared that, like, look at this. Once it broke that VWAP level, look at the fall which is happening. But I'm still not convinced to go buy on the put side. Reason being, like, there can be a reversal also. Look at this. And premiums might come down pretty fast here. So now we need to watch out this level. Also, let's look at the Nifty now.
So, Siva bro, if we get the follow-up candle with the volume, so can we go PE long?
Let it break. Yes.
Yeah.
Let it break. Then yes. But look at this. It is coming back again.
Yeah.
That is not a good sign. If it is going down, it has to go down pretty rapidly. Guys, this is how you needed to play your expiry trades. You will just get 1 or 2 good opportunities. Play that, stay away. Not necessary that you should trade the all day. Like, don't believe me, guys. Like yesterday, there was a guy who messaged me. He was a participant from the free webinar which I conducted last week. Okay, so he did the exact trade what we were looking at. He took that same CE trade. Okay, but his investment was 50K. You know how much he made? He made around 70K in that trade. Okay, so we got almost 120% profit yesterday. And end of the evening, he was sitting at a loss of 10K. Can you guys believe it? That is pure greed.
Did he again trade or what happened?
He exited. Again, he went. What he did is he went long again, without even looking at the chart, thinking that the market is going to go up. But what happened second half? As we saw, the market fell down like from the 200 levels to again 100 levels. So he lost the entire amount, and then in addition, he lost almost like 10K. He's sitting with like 40K now. He's saying, "Sir, like what to do in this scenario?" It is pure greed. You made 120% profit in a single day. and that too in a good trade. That's what you guys should avoid. Please do not overtrade. That's very, very important. Once you're making money in a particular trade, stay away. What more you want? Guys, I can't believe that this guy has made 120% and still sitting at a loss of like 10K. That's what happens with most of the retailers. Now what will happen is, out of frustration, he will trade that with like 40K, and then he will lose that remaining 40K also. Because he would have already thought that it is going to be like a put side, because already the market has fallen yesterday. Now, if you would have entered in the morning, you would have been got trapped there. And again, if you would have entered now in the C side, now again you would have got trapped. So this is where like the most of the mistakes happen for the retailers. You guys do overtrade. Like even I was doing that. It's not that as of like I'm not doing it now also. Now I do it, but I know how to exit quickly and then like limit my stop losses. That attitude has to change. And moreover, let me tell you, market will not reward people who are coming with like 10, 20K and trying to gamble with the market, trying to get like a huge returns. It will give you 1 or 2 times, but it will take you 10 times, and it will like literally like take everything out of you. That's the way market is. So don't ever like doing anything adventurous like that. That guy was like really adventurous. Look at this. After that initial consolidation, the market is like really like trading in the narrow zone now. So let me just quickly see whether like what is pulling down the Nifty now. Axis, I think today the Bank Nifty constituents are keeping it higher, but not sure how long. Because ICICI and the SBI gone into negative now. SBI, like S-Bank is also negative, Kotak is also negative. That's not good. Okay, it's been an hour. Let us take the data also in the meantime. Because this should be like really giving us some insight. We have taken the data from 28,800. Okay, we'll take till 29,800. Unfortunately, we will not have IV to like help us out, but it's fine. So look at this now. So there has been significant writing which has happened now. 29,200, it has moved from like what to say, 75 levels to 48 levels, and look at the writing there. Look at the writing here again, from 440 to 640, and here 7 lakhs. Wow. On the put side, there is some writing which is happening at like 29 levels, almost doubled. And this one again 561, 367. Because here the volume is also like getting increased, at the same time the price is also coming down. So let's see. It is going to be an interesting expiry, guys. Like as of now, the max pain I'm looking at is like 29,100 levels.
So price is decreasing, OI is increasing. That means people are going for short trades.
Yeah, right. They're riding literally on both the sides now. Okay, the only thing which can scam them is, say for example, a sudden movement in HDFC or like some other bank, like by 1%, that will scam these guys. And then buyers will keep coming in, and then the short covering will happen. This will immediately drive the market. Okay, so in order to do that, look at this. Almost 50% of the gains are gone in that. So the days high for like this particular one is 96. Now it is trading at like 48, 49 range. So almost 100% gain is gone, but still it is trading at like 100% profit from yesterday's close, because yesterday's close was like 48. So still it is like trading. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the other one. Sorry, yesterday's close was 26.
29
Still it is almost double. But can it sustain? In order to sustain, it has to like trade above. Look at the chart now. Look at that. As I told you, it will take a support once, but now it is going to determine whether it is going to go down or go up. That's going to be very important now. But for me, I will be looking at 29.50 levels. If it goes below that, then it will be like definitely a cause of concern for me.
Why 29.50?
Because that was like yesterday's support level which I was looking at. Because
Correct.
yesterday's VWAP was showing me like 29,050.
Correct.
Okay, so I was just looking at that as my support level now. Let's look at that. 29,100 C is the volume. There is still some writing which is going on in 29,000 put. Yes, still the writing is there. It's not that people have unwinded. Still the writing is there.
Do
103.
VWAPs matter?
Sorry?
Do the historical VWAPs matter?
Not exactly. Sometimes yes, but not at this moment. I will not look at that historical. Since we are looking at like a 3-minute candle, for you, like the yesterday's and today data should be like sufficient for you to take.
Okay.
It is not a trend day purely because of not it touching the VWAP, because there was no buying at all. It was purely because of all short covering which has taken this rally in the morning. So if the buying would have also added along with the short covering, then it would have been a really a good day for us. It would have been a trend day. But now, as of now, once, as I told you, this candle has to go like this. It has to go, keep going like this. There will be like a small blip and then like it can go up. But here, looking at this, after this, it lost entire like a strength here, and then it is coming down. That is not a good sign for a trend day. And you cannot expect a trend day after such a fall, because it's been falling and people will never have the confidence to take the market higher. It went to like 80, 90 levels, and these guys would have been literally waiting for that to level to short. And some of them would have been like shorting at that level, FIIs. We will not be able to determine what the FIIs are going to do. So that's a reason, like whatever we did, we just needed to stay away and then wait for the next opportunity. As of now, it is giving a sell signal. If you are going on a short in futures, you can do that. But if you're asking me whether I can go and buy a put, I would not do that. The reason is, look at this. In spite of the market falling, the premiums are not going up pretty rapidly. It is just like from like 90 levels or 80 levels, it is just like 100 points. But if there is one green candle appears on this one, it will be really a big fall which will happen. You will see it here. The reason is still there is no fear on these guys. 29,000 PE, it has been aggressively returned. 29,200 also, look at this. Still the writing is there. It is not coming down drastically. And it is just like trading below that super trend level, but it is trading above the VWAP. But VWAP, you should not be considering for the individual scripts today. Because what will happen if you're going to track is, it will come down drastically, considering the premium erosion will happen with the theta effect and so on. Not even consider that. You can expect like sudden 20 rupee, 30 rupee fall, even with lower volumes also. The good thing now is PSR is getting trending narrower to this. Once we have the PSR and then the super trend and then the volume going up, and this one will automatically go up like 50, 55 levels, then we'll take a long trade. Looks like it is trying to break. At this juncture, I will be looking at 29,000 CE and 29,100, nothing beyond that in case of a buy. So it's slowly but surely it is touching. So what I will do is I will just do a test trade to see whether there is any strength left. I'm
Why
just buying.
1,000?
Sorry?
Why 29,000?
It is in the money.
Okay,
I'm not.
that
Because I'm
29,100.
out of money, so that's the reason I'm not trading in like 29,100. You can think about it because still the premium is around like 50 rupees or 60 rupees more. Here, only the premium is like 30 rupees. So that's the reason I'm just looking at this.
Okay.
I'm just looking at the candle. Look at this, it is trading and PSR has given a buy signal, but super trend is not. But this candle has to be really big to touch that like a super trend. Then the super trend will give an indication. But as of now, RSI is supporting, PSR is supporting, super trend is still not. But I still taken like a small volume, just trying to see. But now I think it is going higher. This may be a false breakout also. It's my system. I think it's getting hanged. One second. Let's see whether it has bought something. Or else.
Shall we take this straight?
Yes, you can, but like be careful. If it is coming down fast, you need to be like unwinding also.
Small quantity, yes.
Yes. So I have just taken 200 quantity and it has gone above like 190 levels. Our buy price was 181.
Still good to buy or
I
avoid?
just took a trade based on experience. Look at this. So once it PSR moved higher, I just took that trade. So I'm already getting like 10 rupees on this trade now. So what I will do is I will not even place a stop loss. I will just try to book a profit because I'm not seeing strength in this one. You guys, just wait for some time. I'm not seeing any strength here.
I'm not taking now.
Yeah. Just wait. Look at this. Like it should really like beat that actually, and the volume is like really like concerning. Again, there can be a sell-off. So what I will do, whatever I'm able to get out of this trade, I will just take it, and then I will re-enter again if that is an opportunity. In the meantime, I will try to close the account and open it because it is giving me like slow, very slow. I'm just canceling my orders and then like exiting. Now it is trading about like 195, 194 zone. That's good. But the volume is like pretty low. So we exited at like 1989. Now it is 191 actually. It went to 197, I believe. It's okay. Okay, guys, I will just mute everybody because others are getting some disturbances. In case someone wishes to speak, you can unmute and speak. Let's see whether it is going to come down or it is like taking a support there. Guys, this is the reason why I said I don't want you guys to go in the put. Look at this. Look at the fall. Look at the fall. From 110, it has gone to 84 with a no matter like quick. Okay, so that will not give you guys like a much premium to play around with. So once we know the trend, we have to just wait for the trend to come to our levels and then we will enter a trade. If you're going to take a reverse trade thinking that it is going to give you returns, no, it won't. It is again PSR has given a sell signal.
What's the difference between trading in the weekly options versus the monthly series?
Monthly, you will not have much volume unless and until it is closer trading closer to the what to say the days. Like the only difference is premium will be like pretty high. And as a writer, if you are an option writer, you will have been enjoying the premium because there will be like premium decay which will happen every day, and you will be able to take that right. But imagine, look at the like a PE writer's scenario in this month. These guys would have been literally shattered because 3,500, 31,000 and all, they're trading at like 300, 400 rupees. Now they have to cover their position at like 2,000 rupees. So all the positions are created by the like sellers, right? So naturally, when they wanted to cover, it'll be like trading at nobody would have expected this fall in July. July historically has been a month wherein it has given like 6 to 7% returns. So nobody was expecting this kind of a fall wherein like ours is the only market which is trading at like negative returns in the July.
Very true.
All other markets are like +2 or like above. So what data you're watching in Now Dashboard? Now Dashboard I'm not watching. I'm just trying to take a trade. Nothing there to watch. I will just look out for an opportunity. Look out this. After this, we exited, like it came down to like 178 levels, but we are not going to buy because there was no strength. It was just giving a buy and then like it came down. So no point in buying it again. There is no strength left at all. And like Anusha, to answer your question, why 29,000? The reason is purely because this is like only at 20 rupee premium. This one is almost 60 rupee premium. So this premium erosion will be pretty fast here compared to this. So I don't want to take a risk here. So even if there is a premium erosion which happens, the recovery can be pretty fast here.
In 29,100 recovery.
29,000.
Okay.
So only expiry day you will trade slightly in the money, and the remaining days you will be trading at the money, correct?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Okay.
Look at that. There is a sudden jump. Now, like almost like look at the spot and then the premium of 29,000. It is more or less same. That's good sign. There is not much premium to like go down. Only if the Bank Nifty goes pretty fast, then the premiums might go down. But at this juncture, I'm not seeing it. Let's see. Good thing is it is trading above the VWAP.
Siva, the other thing is it has made a higher high and a lower low. Is that a factor to look at?
Not today. Not today for me. here the problem is these guys doesn't wanted to like take the high, because there is some kind of a resistance which is happening at like 29,200 levels, and what to say, because 29,240 has been made as a day's high. So 29,240, if it crosses and stays above that level today for some time, then you can expect a significant bounce of another 150 to 200 points also. But let me look at the ICICI Direct data once to see whether there is any buying happening. No, only like a small short buildup has been happening after that initial levels. Nothing like significant to say it is like a huge buying happening.